was really flat to start the game. You know, I just think our coaches, you know, I think we knew when we came through the tunnel that, you know, we needed to, our bench was going to need to create, you know, that atmosphere, you know, with the students not being on campus, you know, and try to create life. And maybe the effects of 3 games in 6 days, and I'm not going to sit up here and make excuses. You know, I just don't, you know, we had trouble, you know, as important as the game, as every conference game is. For whatever reason, we just, you know, we didn't have great life early on. You know, but, you know, in the second half, you know, I thought we played with great intensity, and, you know, we should, you know, 52% for the field in the second half. Did a much better job on the backboard in the second half. And we gave ourselves a chance, you know, to beat one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, what does it say that you did give yourselves a chance? Or maybe 2 weeks ago you maybe did against Southern Miss, for example, your last home game.
We got buried 2 weeks ago. You know, we're improving. You know, we're not there yet. You know, we dealt with a lot of things. You know, this has been a, you know, season's been kind of a season of adversity for us. You know, we dealt with, you know, some adversity, obviously Gills in foul trouble again, and you know, and then Hassan, you know, I thought played, you know, awesome. And you know, and obviously he picked up his fourth. And we were going to use timeouts to rest that group because they were playing at such a high level. I mean, this is what you get right now based on where we're at. You know, I'm proud of the way we fought. My heart breaks for our guys that we had to suffer, you know, a very unfortunate, you know, end of the game, last 30 seconds, just things went, you know, really oddly wrong for us.
Xavier, with 7.4 left, when you peeled off and started up the sideline, what did you see? Where did they start that wall? And were you trying to get back middle? It seemed like the wall was forever.
Coach drew a great play. I had a head start a little bit on Jet. I passed half court, that's when he kind of broke the wall, caught up with me. I was trying to make a play for my team.
Xavier, Jet's kind of like a wall himself, and that's a big guy to try to go against. Talk about the physical presence he brought to a guard position.
He's definitely a physical guy. He has a physical presence on both ends of the court. He's a good player. He played well tonight.
What did you see on that last point?
But you know what, I think it was really just unfortunate. Obviously, you know, the turn of events, foul at half court really went against us. You know, it was an opportunity for us to take the last shot. You know, all the wall defense Jet built. You know, X had a pretty good rhythm against them. You know, was shooting 50% from the floor against them. I thought X was in a good rhythm. And I was confident that, you know, we were going to bring him a flat ball screen in the middle of the court, and X was going to, you know, take the last shot, and he was either going to make it, which I was confident he would, and or we were going to go to overtime. And you know, that little bump, you know, that little bump there, obviously then put the ball back in their hands, and then you know, obviously, you know, Jet made 2, you know, and then. Obviously, you know, X caught with a head of steam, and it's tough games to officiate. There's obviously some contact on that play. I thought the guys did a great job refereeing a physical game.
Actually, you talk about playing defense against Jet. Obviously, they just seem to run one ball screen at different spots on the floor. You had him sometimes, Biggie, a little bit of everything. What made him difficult to defend?
We knew he was a driver, so we tried to get him under a lot of the ball screens, make him try to shoot jump shots, but he's a very physical guard. He drives to the basket with a lot of force. It's hard to withstand.
Yeah, you tried a little bit of everything with Jet, even a little bit of zone. Just talk about him
Yeah, it's tough to take. I mean, I'm not sure what, 8.5 points a game score coming in. Guy who's a reluctant shooter, very 2 for 2 from 3, poor free throw shooter, but 9 for 13 from the line. And yeah, obviously, he's going to get stuff at the rim because he's just, he's one of the very best players in the league because he affects the game at both ends of the court. But we felt like if he would get some things at the rim that we didn't account for, obviously the way he shot the ball tonight. But that's a sign of a great competitor that gave his team. I thought we did a great job on just about everybody else. Him and McGrew hurt us. He's a dangerous guy. 3 threes, obviously, hurt.
In the first half, St. Louis didn't really seem to play that well, and they still had a halftime lead. Can you talk about the way they capitalized on some of the opportunities you guys mentioned?
Yeah, we lost the game, in the first half, and then we turned the ball over. We had transition opportunities where we threw the ball out of bounds. We had some bizarre, just kind of like sloppy, opportunities, where we get a long defensive rebound and then try to shovel it, and it would get stolen, and they would lay it in. They were just fast. They were more alert. I thought we guarded them, with the exception of Jet, some of the stuff he got at the lane. I thought we guarded them exactly the way that we wanted to be guarded. They shot 36 from the field. They shot 29 from 3. We did what we were supposed to do. Jet did some great plays and did some things that are a little uncharacteristic of what he's been.
Are they a team that you almost have to play for a little while to get used to their style? Maybe that's what happened in the first half?
Yeah, I think I just think we came out with bad energy. I don't know. It's obviously my responsibility to have these guys queued up. We allowed them to get 2 really easy high-low things early in the game, and we're young. I mean, we're young, we're fragile. We're obviously in the early stages of trying to build something good here. For whatever reason, whether it was the lack of students on campus, I don't know what it was, but we just didn't come out with that early fire. If we would have came out with the early fire, I think we would have won the game.
And early in the second half, Evans picked up his 3rd foul, 15:46 to go. Briefly came back there and was 4th, but over 5.5 minutes, you guys scored 19 points, the lead from 12 down. How did the complexion of the game change when he was off the court?
I think even prior to his departure, our energy level just picked up defensively. I think our, because we were going under so many ball screens, because we were so, afraid of getting stuck, hedging, and losing low at the 3-point line, or losing, Evans in the post or on a rim run. That we played really soft ball screen coverage against these guys, and I think it screwed up our aggressive mentality, and I just think that we picked up our energy. Guys, obviously XDC, made shots. Hassan, I thought Hassan played really, really well. In a game like that, 5 blocks. Guarded Evans really, really well one-on-one in the post, where we didn't even have to send people at times with him.
X as a player, can you talk about what the stretch has been like? 3 games in 6 days and now 2 more on the road.
It's quick turnaround, so we definitely be prepared. Conference play going to perform well. Got a big opponent on Saturday against Washington. Looking forward to that game.
Dan, you guys are coming off 2 strong wins and 2 solid performances tonight. Do you guys feel like you're taking that next step in that progression that you're looking for?
Yeah, we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're getting better. We're an improving team. We have some good young players. There's obviously some guys that that we need to play better. We got to get better production. From certain positions right now. Certain positions in college basketball, you have to get, great production from. And, we gotta work hard because we have some talented guys that are capable that, they have to come to their own and have to really start producing for us consistently.